Come on all, come on all. Should I say come on, come all? How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you're all doing well. Let's see what we get into tonight. I hope you guys are enjoying the Lightworker Starseed readings. Sorry guys, it's been a while since I actually put up anything. Well, I actually did readings for the sun signs this month. Most of them except for Pisces and Sag. Sorry Pisces, you guys already know what's going on. I'll tell you nothing. You guys have been saying this for a long time. So, Sag, I have no excuse. I'm sorry. However, yeah, my voice is a little squeaky. I was up last night yelling, flipping out, losing me shit. Yes, Blue was. I didn't like what I was seeing. Man, when the world's hurting, I hurt. I feel it. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but so much anxiety I feel. And I know it's not me. Shouldn't be me. And yeah, there's things I'm going through, but what other people are going through is nothing compared to what I'm grateful. I have gratitude. Because what I've been going through compared to I know other people are going through right now, I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. Things are erupting apparently. You know, and I just kind of hide myself in a bubble way, but I can feel it. And then when I see stuff manifest in the 3D, I'm like, that's what I was feeling. So I don't know if the rest of you guys are feeling like really anxious, and I've been getting racing heart and all kinds of stuff. So I've been having a hard time sleeping. I know that there's a lot of ascension symptoms going on right now too. So I don't know if you guys are dealing with any of that stuff. If you are, I send you well wishes. It's not easy. We weren't put on this path, I guess, for it to be easy. We were chosen. So how's everybody tonight? Hello to the 2 people who are on here. I hope you're doing well. I'm praying for the state of the world right now. Big time. I'm praying for y'all, everybody. Last thing we need to do is lose our own self in all of this. So, doing the best I can. Like I said, I'm praying for all of you too. Please be praying for me. I appreciate it. Like I said, even on the readings today, when I get in those readings, I know sometimes I channel a lot of that. So, like, it's just coming out of my intuition. So, sometimes it's really hard to process thoughts because there's so much coming at you all the time. If you know what I mean. If you're on here, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You know, like I said, be praying for all of our brothers and sisters. For real. Because this is where the rubber meets the road, guys. Now, I don't want to sound so oblivious, like I think, what's going on isn't horrid, because it is. I just know what the tribulation period was supposed to be, and it's not looking good. I don't know if the chat's on, but hi, who's ever in here? Welcome. So, has anybody else been, have you been experiencing any of these, just weird feelings? Leave a comment or something. I'm talking about like beyond the norm. A lot of people right now are feeling very from confused is a real good. Like people don't, they're just in a state of almost internal chaos, and I feel all of that just from what I'm seeing, and I can understand why. What's going to make you stand apart is being able to understand what's going on and be able to transmute that energy, the negativity of what is coming out of people. A lot of people are waking up right now, guys. And they're realizing that they don't live in the world they thought they did. There's still a lot of people who are asleep, but I'm talking fast asleep. I'm not talking wokeism either. I'm talking actual being able to use your senses and be able to see where we're at in this timeline. A scary place. You don't know who you are, and you don't know whose you are, and you don't know that this is all part of a bigger plan of some sort. Like there's gotta be, looks like there's no rhyme or reason. So all that time we've spent in meditation and prayer and getting hurt and learning how to forgive and learning lessons is going to come in handy right now, because you guys know how to, if you've been doing this with yourself, you know how, and you're learning how to be able to transmute energy a lot faster. What would have taken you a month or two before to get through is taking you a week or two at this point. And then you're feeling recharged. Tell me I'm wrong. I already know I'm right. It's just getting out of your head and getting out of that state of bitterness and getting into the divine space of the creator and asking for comfort and peace. And that's what's going to set you apart. Most people don't go around harming innocent people for the fun of it. You're seeing a lot of demonic manifestations happening in the earth right now. because God's presence is coming on this earth. And how does he do that? Through his people. The more you're starting to connect with your Father, the more you're in prayer, that shakes things up. So that's where we're at. Whatever, do the best that you can, just stay in peace and of a grateful mindset. Because first off, you have angelic protection. Know this. You have guardian angels. Everybody does. Everybody has guardian angels. Even those people who are demonically possessed. They still have guardian angels. That's why they're attracted to the light. The person intuitively knows the only way out of that is to get to God and to see God move. They need that stuff ridded from their life. So they come to you. You make them feel better. You let the Holy Spirit rest on you, and that peace oozes out of you. You're going to see demonic manifestations. It's just the way it always has worked. So know who you are in God and just be prepared. A lot of times the universe is going to, should I say, your clairs, I don't even want to say universe, but the clairs, clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, all of those gifts, they're all being heightened right now. So staying in peace is extremely important. What you speak out your mouth, manifest. For good or for bad. You know, it's the way it is. Hi, New Zealand. How are you, Audrey? How are you guys doing over in New Zealand? Are you guys okay over there? I'm praying for the whole entire globe right now. Like I said, I don't know about the rest of you, but if you're feeling anxiety, restlessness, you can't sleep, it's probably because partially you're being activated, you're hearing God, the veil's getting torn in half. You're seeing things that like many of us don't even want to be able to fathom, and it's painful. And you actually feel that in your body. I know I have been. I don't know about the rest of you, but I know I have been. So there was another thing. It was weird what happened. We had a lockdown for a while now. Oh my word. Well, I don't know if that's another one of those is gonna fly over here. I don't think it will, but um who knows? I don't know what's gonna happen. I know one thing. With my introverted self, that whole thing, it didn't bother me because I was used to it. These small countries. Very strict on lockdown. Yeah, actually, I met a woman from New Zealand when I was on my missions trip. She gave me her New Zealand flag. She's a beautiful woman. She showed me some pictures of it over there, and oh my gosh, what beautiful land you guys have. It's beautiful territory over there. What time is it over there? I know there's a lot of us who, like I said, we've been just sensing all of this negativity. 3:16 p.m. Oh, you're in the afternoon. We're at night over here. I love being able to connect with people from around the world. It is so cool. It's one of the reasons why I like YouTube. I've met a lot of awesome people. Yeah. Oh, you're ahead of the. Yeah, I figured you were the next day. I know, isn't it so cool? I love it. That's one of the reasons why I do like YouTube. I can connect with a lot more people than just like on my regular Facebook. I'm pretty weird about my regular Facebook. Um, Even though I barely even get on there anymore because it's just really disappointing. And quite depressing, to be honest with you. Facebook is just so low vibrational. Oh my word. It is, but it's one way that I kind of can stay connected and I can pop in between worlds and see what's actually happening crazy. Not that I want to see that, but I need to kind of at least stay a little bit grounded. If not, I'd be in woohoo land all the time. It's like I said, when the lockdown started here, I was like, this is nothing new for me. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm heavily censored if that helps. I don't know if I'm gang stalked, probably. Anytime I upload videos on here or anything, I have bots immediately attack my channel. So it happens. I know it's because I'm a threat. It is what it is. They don't like what I have to say. Because I speak my mind and I speak the truth of what I feel is correct. And I feel if it wasn't correct, I wouldn't be getting shadow banned. That's the way I look at it. God bless YouTube, though. I still have my platform. I don't know how long for, but we'll see. Because, like I said, I can't, when I get into my spiritual stuff, what comes out comes out. And I make no apologies for it. I can't help it. It's pretty much what I know I'm supposed to be telling people. So, what happens, happens. I can see why they want to cut me off. I understand completely. I do. If I was in the 3D matrix and trying to control everything, I would probably do the same if I was like them and had demons and evil. I will do Sag at one point. I'm like, well, at the beginning of this, I was going, well, Pisces, you already know everything that's going on anyway. So, like, Do I really have to just confirm what you already know? They're all smarty pants. Well, I love Pisces. I really do. No. But with everything that's. Hold on 1 second. Jameson? Jameson. Stop it. Come on up here. Come here. Come, guys. There you go. Hello. Go say hi to the world. Say hi. Oh boy, here comes my other cat. Anytime they hear me talking. How you doing, kitties? Hi. How you doing, Jack? There, Jackie says hi to the world. Love you, kitty. No, we're not in lockdown, technically. Me personally, I hide myself away all the time because I have to recharge. I have to recharge my batteries a lot. So, I live in a very dense region. There's a lot of trauma that happens on the land that I live on. So I've been transmuting a lot of energy here. Just feeling, oh, hi, Metronome. How are you? Yeah, like I said, my voice is a little bit cracky because last night I was up screaming and yelling at what was going on. I saw, well, I'm not going to even mention it on here. You already know what I'm talking about. Nope, no lockdowns here. But we might as well be. They pretty much want us all in lockdown if we don't, get the passport. I'm talking about over in Afghanistan. That should be efficient enough. If you're not aware, I was up screaming last night about, I'm like, what in the actual is going on? But then God quickly reminded me that it's 3D stuff. And I'm to stay in peace and I'm to pray. My gifts my abilities are needed in the spiritual realm. And I was reminded last night to stay positive. I'm trying. No, I can't watch, dude. I cannot watch him. I don't like being gaslit. It's bad enough I have to be gaslit by ordinary everyday people. I don't want to be gaslit by the media anymore. I really don't. So I try and stay off of it. However, considering there's an important family member of mine that's overseas, I flipped the heck out. Thank God it's not over there. It's somewhere else in the world. Either way, I'd rather him be home. That's all I have to say about that. So, anything I can tell you, please be praying for our brothers and sisters in Afghanistan, please. They really need our prayers, especially the underground church there. Please be praying for them. They need it. Be sending up prayers to the Most High for the people in that region. That's all I can say. Like I said, I don't know what God has in store for America. All I do know is I know. All I do know is um, make sure you know who is ruling, reigning, and supreme in the universe. Get yourselves right. Just be prepared for anything. That's all I can say. I have no clue. My thing is if it can happen there, it can happen anywhere at this point. So much chaos going on. And I feel all of it. Like, I really do. Amen. I feel all of it. Because whether or not you realize it or not, we're all connected in the spirit realm. So when other people are hurting, we hurt. When other people are happy, we're happy. And that's kind of like being the heart of a servant. We're here to serve humanity, and that's why we came here. We didn't go through all that abuse and all that neglect and all that mean stuff to not be prepared for something big. And your peace that rests on you, when it oozes out of you, it changes things in the atmosphere. So the more you stay in peace and the more you stay connected to God, the more powerful you become. And that's the heart of a servant. That is exactly why we're here, is to serve humanity. Stay in peace. I said this last week when I was up on the mountain praying. And the fact that when I did the reading today and Holy Mountain came, I was like, all right. And then the Emperor came out, and the Emperor, he was standing up in that card. Like, legit, God standing up on his throne. Absolutely. And in that specific deck, he had a lamb around his neck, which is a lot of symbolism. So everything that you've been praying for, God has been listening. I just think that there's been a lot of fight. If we're seeing all the fighting down here in the natural realm, think about what's going on in the spirit realm. Your prayers weigh heavy in the spirit. That's why many people have been fasting and praying and asking God for direction. It's that level up time. You know, one of the things, some people, we call them narcissists in the 3D. In the 4D, we call them demons. The 5D, dark forces. More Ezekiel. One of my favorites is sort of like the Valley of Dry Bones. I did like that passage I read the other week, though. God gave me. And it's interesting, my one subby on here, for like a year, every time she opened up the Bible, it was always in Ezekiel. And her being, new to, reading the scripture, turning to the scripture, and she's getting stuff in Ezekiel. And I'm thinking, oh, Why couldn't we start at the Gospels first? No, God took her right to Ezekiel. I'm like, well, that's about the right timeline. Daniel's another one. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. We need to be praying for them. That they're not going to bow before the bronze, statue. Say, Jack, we don't bow to those people. No. There's only one that we get on our knee for, and it's the divine creator. That's it. And I don't pray to angels, but I know that they're all around. I'll call them in if I need help. Absolutely. They wouldn't have been put in the Bible if they weren't able to be called on and available. Unfortunately, they took the healing angel out of there. I find that very interesting. Book of Tobias, the story of, Raphael, the archangel, the healing angel, the ministering angel, yes. The comforting angel, the one that helps you get through these dark nights of the soul and helps you fight your shadow. That's Raphael, by the way. That was his job on earth. Tobit, yeah, okay. Yep. Thank you for clarifying that. I do know the whole doggone story. I just get names mixed up, sort of like in my everyday life. Oh, what's your real name again? What's your name again? Who are you? I forget names all the time. Oh, well. I would turn into an owl on these people. Who? 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 Who are you? Who? The Who. A huge Gabriel energy today. Talking your shit. That's what Gabriel does, blows that horn. Messenger angel. I've been telling people. I've been having very strange things happening. But they're very personal. So I'm not going to put them on here. I don't know if a lot of you are going through weird stuff and personal things, but this is extremely personal that I cannot disclose technically on here. Good things and some not so good things. But, you take the good with the bad and you try and transmute the bad with a heart of gratitude. I don't know if you guys saw the Midheaven podcast. I don't know if you guys caught that with the Peace Dealer and Candace. Yeah, this has all been kind of like in astrology. People would have understand the times we're heading in. Thank goodness, like some of us had our training and was prepared. Think about, like, some of us really had to be prepared for right now. I've been legit having open visions, premonitions, dreams, the knowing of things. And, we call it the knowing when it's, all gifts. Not to mention, you legit can feel energy swirling around you, and you're getting downloads and messengers to give to other people from cross people who haven't stuck loved ones, basically. And they know that you have all the clairs, so guess what? They're going to come to you on top of everything else going on. Sort of like that movie Ghost. So, telepathy out the wazoo. Yeah, you're going to be able to read people's minds, collective. You need the gifts for these times, though. Because God's made manifest in his people and through his people. So if you have messages for people, don't hesitate. I mean, definitely take it to God first. Say, why am I getting this? And if it's a burden that's on you that won't lift, if you pray about it, ask God to be able to speak it through you in a nice way. Yep. Whoopi Goldberg, she played in it. I loved her in that movie. I liked her in Sister Act too. She was funny. But with everything and that's happened, I see going on, a lot of people really just kind of, I don't know, man. They changed. Either that or she was just a very good actor. I don't know. I loved her in that movie. She was funny. She went to the bank under the name of Rita Miller. I'll never forget. Oda Mae Brown. I think that's what her name was in the movie. Funny, I can remember that crap, but I can't remember, my neighbor's first name. Yeah. Same. Same. And it seems like there was a lot of times, I come on YouTube and I give words or I, do readings and I come under extreme attack. I do too. I do too. Yep. It's why, like, I get out in public and it's the littlest thing will startle me right now. Someone said that they like, damn it, I had to go to the grocery store today. And y'all know that's a painful thing for me. But I had to run to the grocery store. And the whole time I'm there, I just wanted to get what was on my list, and that's pretty much what I did and got the heck out of there. Made sure I got everything I needed and a few extras, and got the heck out of there. But there was a guy, I was looking down the one shelf, and this one fellow walked by and he said, I like your outfit. I'm like, well, thank you. But it startled me. Like, it's like, I know, why do people have to look at me? How can I just be invisible? He's walking through the grocery store with this freaking guitar. Like, I'm thinking, you're an INFJ, aren't you? Or an INFP. Probably an INFJ or not. Yeah, it's probably an INFP or an INFJ. One of the two. I know. That's why I'm like, I just want to get in here because first off, I don't really. I love humanity and I love people, but at the same time, I still am kind of have a little bit of the whole social anxiety thing. Um, which one? I'll say stuff on there, but I won't say it on here. I don't care what Zuck thinks. Not in the least bit. I don't care what YouTube thinks either, but durr. I just try and stay more positive on here. Um, on there, it's just like I said, it's so hard not to get pulled in. I'll tell you what, there's been a couple of readers, shout out to them, who have been spot on. Just like calling out my whole situation from across the stinking country, and I'm just like, well, feel naked and exposed. But hey, well, it is what it is. I have really nothing to hide. Facebook, boob tube, yeah, Google. Yeah, they're the big three. Uno, dos, tres. For me, for like the last 2-3 weeks, it's been like Disturbia. That song Disturbia. Disturbia. Yeah. Scaring you at night. Disturbia. Yeah, I feel vulnerable too. Um and what are we gonna do about it? We have to trust God. We were never to have faith in our government or military. We were always to be divinely connected anyway. And understand no matter what happens, that we have a God in heaven that loves us. We were sent here for a reason and for a purpose. And we're to complete our mission. And until we do complete our mission, there isn't anything that dark forces can do. They tried to take me out a couple times. A bunch of times. They did not succeed. As you see, I'm here. So, I sit and think, I have these gifts. And what have I really been doing with them? I mean, I've been helping the collective, I think. But I could be doing a better job than what I have been. That's for doggone sure. I know that. Um, no, do I feel not? I don't feel guilty for spending time with the divine. So they try. And that's gaslighting. Because we're not to be in competition with anybody. We're just trying to help people. I think one of the things, and look, I'm an Aries with a cat moon, with the Libra rising. I'm like, for the first, I'd say, 42 years of my life, I was very much in my feminine energy, and then things switched over, and I had to get in my masculine energy and pull myself up out of the freaking muck and mire. Work on what's going on the inside of me and begin to heal and allow God to heal me. Not to mention, as I'm going through all of that, like, you're getting closer to God. So what does dark forces want to do? They want to take you off your path. They want you to doubt God. They want you to question God. And I'm going to tell you what, like, if anybody's going to question, God, like, it's like, come on, God, like, what are you doing right now? But to know that everything that's going on, God sees it, God knows it. There's a lot of people with very loving, caring gifts that are on this planet that still have their empathy intact. Like, I was really in my empathy for the first 40 some years of my life, and I got traumatized because I was in a real feminine side of myself. And I'm telling you, when I had to switch that off to heal myself, and I had to turn my empathy inward and begin to heal my own inner child, instead of being like trying to fix other people, that was different. And many of us are still dealing with this. Some of the last parts of the remnants of some of that old pain, and the closer that you get to your healing, that you're going to be able to really start helping others, it's going to stir up dark energy. They're going to start flipping out because God's presence is getting more integrated on the inside of you. So of course things will get chaotic. It says in the last days it's going to happen. What are we going to do? Keep continuing on your path and stay in God. Keep asking God what he thinks, asking for signs from him. Of course, he'll send angels and messengers to you. It's like I said last week, I had someone just drive by, stop the car, and say, "Don't think I'm weird or anything, but said I was a beautiful person. I was beautiful, or whatever he wanted to say." And it just came out this guy's mouth, and I'm thinking, he doesn't even know me. You're just driving past. Very, very weird. But it's like there's still goodness inside of people when I see that kind of stuff. It's like just a kind word to somebody can help lift and elevate their mood. So if you can do that for the people in your world, and the people that you come in contact with, make sure that you're doing that. When all this started happening at first, when we first started going through it, before the world kind of started really going crazy, And this shit was only happening to us. Remember that time? 2018, 2019. Remember that? We were told we were all nuts. Wonder if they think we're so nuts now. Well, we are kind of probably getting weirder, but it is what it is. I'll take weirder. I can't miss. I'm missing all these. Sorry, guys. I didn't see that you guys are right in here. Can you name them one here? Name. Can you explain? All I do know is sorry, guys. I kind of just blanked out there. I've been doing some background researching on my family history and lineage too. Did you know that this is fun fact for y'all that I had people in my family line that fought alongside of William Wallace in Scotland, Ireland area? Yeah. Yes, I did. I'm reading a book on it right now. Why are your guys' messages getting retracted? Are you guys retracting your messages? Because I'm not doing it. Not even touching the phone. Yepper. So I've been like looking. I'm gonna tell you what. Family ancestors that were, like I said, they were brutal. They were actually, they were freaking royalty. It's in my book. Kings, queens, dukes. Yeah, World War II. Both my granddaddies fought in World War II. Both of them came back. I had a great uncle though who didn't make it. He was actually over and he died at the Battle of the Bulge. So, like I said, my great grandmother knew about it. She had, I'm not sure, she just had a dream and woke up from it and she knew, or if she had like a premonition and knew. It was one of the two, but she knew before they ever even came. She knew the night he passed. And it's like, I got those same doggone gifts. I got all the gifts compounded, all into one person. And we're like the second wave of volunteers here, and the third's coming into this. So it's like paving the road for future generations, I guess. Because I don't know about the rest of you. My soul's tired. It really is. How many times have we gone through this same thing? Like, it almost feels so familiar. So, it's like we don't want to repeat the same bad mistakes and bad choices that either our ancestors did, that all got compounded and down in the inside of us, obviously. And I think a lot of people are feeling that too. My great grandmother told me cryptically to never go to Paris, France. Yeah. You know, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, there's an island, I think, somewhere down off the coast of Somewheresville. And they're native to their island. Like, they were never like helped or called. Like, they've been basically, you even pull up on their island, they will kill you. They have no I'm thinking to myself, an island for all of us nice people sure would be nice. Let all of the mean people duke it out and let us go somewhere where it's nice. But apparently we got to be in the middle of this stuff. So we're here for a reason, guys. Just like, because I honestly don't know where in the world it would be safe except for on an island like that. But heck, that island's not even safe. But if we had our own island, I'm not talking about Epstein Island either. I'm talking about our own nice little island with no trauma on it. Just a beautiful little island that's not, has, nice fruits and vegetables there, and some cats and dogs and unicorns. Fun little fairies, maybe. I'm being silly now, but you know what I mean. Somewhere we're not being mistreated. I mean, I'd be okay if we just move through here interdimensionally. That would be super cool. Get us out of here, God. Let's disappear. It did say there will come a generation that'll just go right on through the veil. They will not taste death. I'm sure that'll be really pretty. Can't wait. I'm feeling by the time I get over there, I'm just gonna be so exhausted. I'll fall over at the pearly gates and be like, just drag me in. Oh, yes. I told you guys all the crazy stuff that happened over the last, well, I don't know, since the beginning of August. Oh, you guys would be like, what? Yeah. You know, some things blessings, some things not so much. When I try and, that's why I keep to myself a lot too. It's like, I try and explain what I know um, to anybody I get close to. I see how, like, there's so many people are still just, they can't see the deeper meaning or the deeper things of what's actually happening. And we sense it on a whole different level. So if you go there, they only can see things in black and white, and we can see it all in gray. Like, there's so many gray spots of, do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, hi, she said it. How are you doing? See, when your guys' stuff goes off, I'm a recluse too for the most part, but I have been getting out. Today I was just so short temper. I don't know. It was like more that I was feeling anxiety and stuff. And um, with everything that's going on around the world, like I could feel all of this stuff. So it's not very comfortable. Wasn't like the first year in lockdown. That to me was comfortable for the most part. Horse blinders, yeah. Oh, really? She said it. I had someone on here from New Zealand earlier that said they're not right now. They're not in lockdown, but if they even get as many as a few cases, they go right into lockdown, I guess. So, like they're taking the thing extremely serious. Well, I would be taking it extremely serious too if they would actually do what they're supposed to do at the southern part of this country. And that's all I'll say about that. I mean, if they don't want to be in lockdown, all that other stuff. Oh, Australia. I feel bad for you guys too. You guys are going through a lot of what we're going through here. Shit leadership. That's all 3D stuff, though, guys. We got to look beyond that. We got to start speaking, I guess, the opposite of um I probably really should be praying for the president or the guy they installed to wake up. That might be a concentration of prayer that we have to do. I'm guilty as charged. I have not prayed for him very much, and I probably should have been the whole time. I do too. I do too. And it's one of the things that I had said. We're supposed to be we're fighting spiritual wickedness and that kind of stuff. Many of us, you know, when a region becomes saturated with the presence of God, that's usually when, powers shows up or principalities over those regions to take you down. I saw it on those 7 mountains of spheres of influence. Can't pray for a hologram. Well, the essence of the man. We can pray for the essence of that person to wake up and come out of their stupor, maybe. I don't know. It's all crazy. Like I said, Jesus said we're supposed to overcome evil with good. Okay. And I see that you did that. Look at all the evil now. It's like, oh my word. The world was in a state of peace for 4 years. Pretty much for the most part. And then look what happened from 2021. It's like, people cannot tell me that the planets in the sky does not affect what's going on here on Earth. They show the patterns in the sky of what happened we're right now at 1776. Revolution. Yep. Of what it was of the birth of America. That's where we're at right now. So there's a rebirth of something happening. I don't know what it's going to look like. Like I said, I don't know. A lot of people can say, oh, yes. They do repeat. And it's so sad because, we come in here and it's like every generation has some for kind of crazy. I think Gen Z is getting it bad. I feel bad for this generation. Imagine what they're going to say in like 20, 25 years. There's still an Earth here. Like, there will be, but you know what I mean. Imagine what they're going to write in the history books. What a time of chaos. I mean, people can't play two sides of the coin. You got to pick a side, sort of. Like, and I just know, like, there was a lot of really cruel, devious people when this country was founded. I mean, it does show you that there was good-hearted people here, but I think every generation has had their trials and tribulations. I'm just thinking to myself, my grandmother could only tell me about what it was like when they went through the Great Depression. We never felt that until now. My generation was like the Great Oppression. And this generation is like the great possession. Well, they had said about you see they bring out those movies like 2012, how everything shifts, and some people call it climate change or whatever. um Flip the world. Well, I just don't like to see people hurt, you know? I don't. It breaks my heart. Yeah. Hi, Franklin. How are you? I'm hoping. We got to forgive ourselves. That's a definite. We got to go easy on ourselves. But we are, there is good hearted people here. And there's caring and loving people who, they don't like to see people hurt. I don't like, like, I can't even watch certain horrific, I cannot watch horrific things. It hurts to the core of me to even witness this stuff. We do. Well, we have to do better. Many of us have just been trying to cope with our own pain. Many of us have really just been trying to deal with our own inner child stuff because many of us have been so traumatized. And it seems like, we finally start dealing with our own family trauma, and then we were dealing with, relationship trauma, and then we're dealing, not that we're victims in any of this. This is all to make us stronger. But we're dealing with all this trauma. Then we're dealing with ancestral trauma, and now we're dealing with, and we can only hope that not only do we learn from our mistakes that we've made in the past, but we don't repeat them, and we don't continue to repeat them. That's why it's important to remember what previous generations did. It's why we have history books, and it's why that we have a Bible. And I appreciate that. It's what we need to do. I just I can just sense, it's really weird. Like, I can actually sense people's intentions. And it just, if someone doesn't have good, like, if they're really vibrating at a real low density, I can feel it. If they're still living in their you know, anger, um superficial relationships, you know, not caring if what they're doing offends God. I have a real hard, I take almost offense to that. And I know I shouldn't, because we're all human and some people don't understand where some of us are. But I can't, be in, how can I put it? I've hurt myself. I've hurt myself being in relationships with people that aren't, don't have the same beliefs that I do, and aren't afraid to, they don't care if they offend God. I care. It's extremely challenging. Yeah, I know that I make mistakes, and I make mistakes every day. I'm working on them. However, when someone's not even working on trying to see things from a different perspective or a higher meaning in life of why this is all happening, and asking and praying for situations, that's hard for me. When somebody doesn't even have a relationship with God, and those are the kind of people that seem to like, I understand why they like me, because I, like I said, a human generator. It's weird. Yeah, and that's where I've been. And it's nothing, for me, it's nothing even personal about them personally. I'm thinking, what is wrong with me? Because, like, on the surface, they're nice people. But when it comes to any kind of depth, like you said, shallow. It was all 3D matrixy stuff. It was all about this materialistic world. Not that I don't like nice things, don't get me wrong. Not that, but I have everything I need. I'm not in need for, I mean, I trust God, but I'm happy and grateful for everything I got. And sometimes I know that God needs to even shake our worlds up to get us to come up to a higher level, because we need to stay on our purpose and our mission. And our mission definitely is unconditional love. Even for the depthless people. And sometimes it's just like knowing that it's not a good fit, and knowing that you have to walk away. Because you're doing what's right for you and what God wants. I'm assuming God will have something better that will be emotionally fulfilling, even if it's not in a relationship. And like, as far as, I don't like really absorbing. It's my goal. I also want somebody who kind of understands my gifts and doesn't judge me for helping people, in the way that God has created me to do it. It is extremely hard to find. I'm 46. Where are they all? It's one of those things where I don't even want to. I stay off of. I don't watch the news. I stay off of Facebook. The only time I see anything is on YouTube. But I had to get on and off Facebook for the past week. And of course, last night, like I said, when I saw the breaking news, because I didn't know any of this stuff was going on for a whole week, I felt it. Lionsgate was all last week. That whole energy thing of everything coming in. I'm telling you, it's been so hot as well. And or just musty. Like, but tonight it's really did you guys know that we're having meteor showers all week too? But heck, I can't see a doggone thing. It was pretty well yucky out all day today. And it's kind of foggy and stuff out tonight. Kind of weird. Very misty and foggy. I don't know about the rest of you, but it's like for me, I'm kind of like, anytime, God, looking for that rapture thing, like, get me out of here. I'd be fine at this point. Yeah. Thank you for saying it like that. That's how I feel too. Kind of like caught me by the ankles and flipped me upside down, pulled me under. But I know it's like in those places too where, you know, when you're in prayer and you're in meditation and you're asking God for answers and you're falling more in love with God and who He created you to be. Like I said, dark forces don't like that stuff. And that's what God's doing in His people. Well, if I could see the moon, I would be sitting in my garden and looking at the moon. It's pretty much nothing but fog here tonight. Metronome, are you still on here? I don't think you're no longer in PA, are you, girl? You got the heck up out of this blue state, didn't you? Crazy, crazy world we live in. Did I do any new moon intentions? I'm trying to think about that. I think for the new moon, I'm pretty sure I was in Connecticut. Um, ah, yeah, I'm gonna stay off that subject. That subject gets me in trouble. It really does. Seems to be the cause of everything, cause of all chaos. I do find it very interesting that God has created a really good support group, though. He's been putting together communities for us to be able to lean on one another. That's nice. It is a trap. It's completely a trap. How in the heck? I cannot believe I said I'd come to this earth. My soul would actually want to incarnate on this earth. I just can't during this time. I'm like, it has to be for a good purpose, though. Because many of us have extraordinary gifts that, we went through a lot of, may I say, bull crap to actually be able to activate and allow God to use. Well, he had to make sure our heart was right and we weren't going to misuse him. There's a lot of people who misuse these gifts and they use them for inside that sphere that we're all trying to break free of. And they use them for materialistic gain. Which I'm not saying God won't provide all of that, but I've been pretty much doing this on here for, just to help the collective, pretty much. Thank you, Franklin. I appreciate that. You seem like a kind-hearted person as well. Like I said, there's gifts that I have that it's like didn't know I had. But I knew that I did. It's because they were really deep down on the inside of me. And I heard my spirit tell me what they were. And I couldn't believe that that would be God. I'm thinking, there's no way. Like, there's no way God would not tell me to do this. Because I learned that God would never, like, that's. Then again, I heard, a lot of the rules they had for, religious. I love God. I love Jesus. But I am not a religious person. I read my Bible. It's me, God, and Holy Spirit. The angels minister to me and pray a lot, and I fast a lot. I got a personal relationship. Like, that's where we needed to be as a community of people. And this is where the church technically should be heading. I would have thought that that's who would have been doing this. Disappointed a lot. I can tell you that. I get it. They're not perfect either. Still a lot of waking up that they need to do. I think that they're starting to be honest with you. I don't think that they'll probably never understand me. But all I have to do is answer to God. Who, me? Yeah, I'm a reader. God kind of snuck me in this community under the radar. There's a few of us on this that do this. Came in here to bring Jesus to the community because they need him. Because it was so full of dark magic and all that other stuff for the longest time. God said, well, I'm going to use these gifts that you have for good. And cards really are only a tool. People can call them whatever they want. They're just a tool. We want to talk about tools. I can bring up so many verses of people God used, that Moses is one of them. Major manifestations. We could talk about Elijah and Elisha. They all had crazy gifts too. Yep, that I'm telling you, I got extremely close to God because of doing this. I got a lot of mysteries, and I'm telling you, my relationship with Jesus skyrocketed. Because I knew it was either, it's a very dark world, it can be, or you can bring light and God's love into it. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect at this. I'm saying there was times where I did read when I was frustrated, so I'm just learning and I'm getting better. Oh boy. So are they locking you down in certain areas in New Zealand? One of the things you can do, and I'm going to tell you, I've been doing this for myself. I've been getting into a lot of just, prayer, and I watch Perry Stone a lot. People are like, "Wait a minute, you're a reader and you watch Christian?" Yeah, I do. I got to stay in the Word. I got to you know, keep my mind on the things of God and what God's doing in the earth, and stay in the flow and the anointing. There was no going back at this point. I cannot turn back and go back to like a religious. I can't do it. I won't. I won't be accepted. I'm telling you, God removed me out of my church in 2007 when I pray over people and they fall over. Church didn't like that too much. Well, I can't help it. It wasn't my fault. They were, like I said, the religious spirits really came up, and that Pharisee, God won't do that. God can't do that. Well, God has done a lot of things that I had no control over, and I get in trouble for it. Like, so it kind of like backed me in a corner to the point where it was like, all right, well, I can't even go out in public because if I do, people get mad. So, like I said, God makes the way, though. I'll tell you. One of the things I think it was Pete, he talked about, the rise of the 144K and all of that other stuff. And I'm like, other people are talking about the astrology, and whether or not people realize it or not, most people don't, but I actually did research on it. Perry Stone actually talked about this. They ripped up a synagogue over in Jerusalem a little while back. I think it might have been in 2013, 2014. And on the floor, they found which actually is the picture in my thumbnails of the astrology. Each one of the tribes of each one of the tribes of Israel, Jacob, they all had their own zodiac sign. They all picked their own constellation. It's right. It was right on the floor in the synagogue over in Jerusalem. When they ripped up the floor, they covered it up. Like I said, there was that right there should have been a big tall tale sign. That's why Jesus said, "Watch the stars, watch the moon, watch the sky, watch the sun." There's answers there. People just ignored the cycles for 2,000 some years. How long? 4,000, 5,000 years. Now it's kind of all being revealed. It's kind of crazy. I don't know about that. I'm not always that. I'm not always this calm. Like I said, I can go with emotions too. It all depends on what if I'm tapped into a certain collective. All depends. There's still some low vibrational energies I pick up on, and it comes out through. I can sense it, and it's kind of icky. That's why I stopped reading for the zodiac signs for the longest time. You can ask these guys. I do more live streams and actually talk about all of that. Did you guys catch the light worker and starseed readings I did? Which there are a certain group of people, very gifted people on this planet that have extraordinary gifts, obviously, but very misunderstood. It was interesting because one of the things Pete said on, I think it was his video today, he mentioned about, you know, people having hard childhoods and going through all of this stuff and number of signature signs that you're, you know, a light in this dark world. You know, everybody has to give stuff a label, I understand, but I can't wait to, we're kind of in a world where we don't have to have labels. I know one thing though. There's one thing I really sense in my spirit. Most of the people who have gifts and stuff like that God put on the inside of them and they're actually exploring those gifts, you know, that's what I said about fasting and praying and make sure that you're staying in meditation and prayer. Dark forces are going to try and attack. They do all the time, especially when you're leveling up. It's funny because he had said about many people were born with a really bad childhood. They were born in darkness. And I'm sitting there thinking, I am like the embodiment of sitting right in the middle of that because of what my mom's first name is. Her name is Darcy. It means darkness. So it's like right in my face, a synchronicity like that. And my sister's means resurrection. Mine is one connected to God. The way means God's pleasure or something like that. I don't joy, something like that. I don't know. Something along those lines. Well, guys, I've been on here an hour and 40 minutes. I think I'm gonna get off. Just gonna check in, see how everybody's how everybody's hanging in there around the globe, and wish you all very well wishes and lots of love and peace and calmness, and just keep encouraging you guys to stay connected to God and be praying for everybody around the globe, and especially those who are struggling right now. I think the world's going through a big wake-up call. Maybe. I know from what I'm sensing, it seems that way. People are like, what in the world is happening? So be praying that people don't completely go bananas, if I could say it like that. I was going to say lose their shit, but no, we'll just say go bananas. You know, I'm trying to keep it all together too. And like I said, if I would have told you all what was going on over the last few weeks, you'd be like, no way. Oh, yes. Yes, way. Hey, did any of you guys get hoovered? I need to know this. Any of you guys experience a hoover? Any of your guys' exes try and come back in the last few weeks? Just figured I'd ask. You know, some in a good way, some in a bad way. Whatever. I think I said it today in the reading I did. That's to make sure that you complete the thing and it closes correctly and you get your power back. Take control. That's what we're supposed to do. You know, sometimes people need that closure. Just make sure that you close the cycle out. I'll tell you one thing. I'm ready for it to be over. I'm ready to move on to the next phase and maybe seems like as soon as we start leveling up, we hit a new level of chaos in the world. Did you notice that? It seems that way. As it was 14444 right across there when I said that. That's bizarre. Now, like I said, don't let them take your peace. You guys stay in joy, stay in love. I love you guys. I'm gonna get off of here. It's getting late. Yeah. You know, we can look at these people coming back and be like, the audacity. How dare you? Or we can look at it as, hey, this is a test and your ability to level up, take your power back. We can look at it that way. I say we look at it that way, it's a higher perspective of it. Instead of getting mad, just to close out the cycle, it's a test. I'm throwing it out there. There's your boulder. Here. Like I said, God threw a boulder right in front of me with one. It's like, oh, heck no. Oh, no. Nope. Which I would have really, if I would have been dating, that would have really threw me into some for kind of weird chaos internally. It's weird how everything kind of just played out. Let me just put it that way. Very, very strange. You know, and it's like I said, it's nothing even personal to that thing. It's just didn't feel right. I don't know. Very kind 3D human. I'm cool with that. I care about, like, I like him as, but like it's hard. I guess it's just hard for me to date right now without having depth behind it. That's pretty much it. It's one of the things someone can't go deep internally. I have a real hard time, and I probably will. So God knows what I need. He'll bring that forth. None of these false people. Um, like I said, nothing personal against any of them, but just remember you're going to be tested and you're going to pass. Because those temptations will come. Either way, I love you guys. Y'all take care. Have a great night. And we will chat again soon. Mwah. Have a good one, guys. Be praying for peace for around the world. Love you. Night.